Hello, darlings. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. How do we do, dears? I'm definitely feeling they. Thank you so much for asking. So far, the afternoon's going decently well. I've got some peach tea and some nice little snackies and whatnot. So far, so good. How is everyone doing today? Feel free to come in. And of course, I brought the cards. So we're aiming for 10K as the first community card pool. So use those Game of Fingers. The faster we get there, the better. Hello, darlings. Welcome. Come on in. It's been interesting, not quite 24 hours so far, to say the least. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely feeling the they today. Like maybe if I just maybe. I'm like no. I'm feeling the they. Hmm. I think I should have added a little bit more cream to the chocolate. My ganache is on the firm side. Mm. Mm. Ladyfingers aren't too bad. I did a riff on a tiramisu. Oh, hello, Whitney. How are you doing, darling? Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 How are you? In fact, how is everyone? Come on in. Come on in. Hmm. It's quite nice. I used dark chocolate and a vanilla whipped cream, added in a bit of cinnamon and spices. Ladyfingers soaked in very strong coffee. Overall, a very rich treat. Although I probably should not have put it in the same thing as my grapes, because now I'm going to have a texture issue. Hello, Ms. Whitney. How are you doing, my dear? Isn't it wonderful? Yes, very much like a tiramisu. Hello. How are you doing, darling? I hope everyone is doing well. We're aiming for 10K. If we can get 10K by 4:15, basically in the next 10 minutes. Free community card pool. I'm having a bit of peach tea, iced, some grapes. I've got a little bit of my tiramisu type dessert. And then I also grabbed the banana because why not add fruit? Oh my god. I always hate the end of the month because it's dicey as whether or not I can afford fresh fruit because I go through fresh fruit so incredibly fast. Of all things, I will probably eat fresh fruit first. mm, right? Isn't the set gorgeous? Didn't they do the most beautiful job? And the juxtaposition with color, oh, so good. It's so good. I love how they make Sammy stand out without use of like ostentatious color, ostentatious jewelry, something that would be, just always constantly popping out. It's so subtle it almost blends in. But yes. Hello, Fabiano. Hello, Scarlett. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we today? How are we doing, my darlings? Oh, Hello, Miss Whitney. Are you looking for your daily card pull, my darling? This we can do, especially in the bright of light. Oh, wasn't it lovely? I swear everybody apparently has gone back and seen it, apparently, at least once or twice. I think you told me that yesterday, and I can see why. I can absolutely see why. It's so good. It is so gorgeous. Those jump scares still got me, even though I knew they were coming. Like, I'm ready for the, okay, wasn't totally ready. And also, Remick is an even more mournful character the second time around. And then I started doing digging on some of the songs that were there, like Pick Poor Robin Clean. Oh, the significance of that song, or at least the significance of that song choice, especially being sung by the most likely place for Remick picking up that song would have been from Bert and his wife, who are members of a particular pointy hat group. Ha 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 ha! Especially once you know the lyrics. Oh my God. I love Perlina's Pale Moon. Oh my God, that is definitely one of my favorite. Now, I absolutely love Sammy's song. Hello, darling. How are you doing, Meg? I absolutely adore Sammy's song. Thank you, my darling. But Perlina's song. There's something about it that just really calls to me, and I absolutely cannot get over it. Oh, yes. They actually did good representation of actual Irish culture and didn't do it by trope. I adore them for that. Hello, Kimmy. How are you doing, darling? I'm so glad you came in early. Hey, Fitz. How are you? Hello, it's Chanel and Sui. Hello, KP and Jaden. Hello, baby. And Oregon. I resonated some with the hoodoo, but I resonated far more with the way song touches soul, the storytelling. Like, that's when I'm like, Sammy's song was good, but there was something about Perlina's song that really, like, I could feel it. I could feel it, and it felt transportative in that way. Mm-hmm. Ryan Coogler is, I think, going to be one of my favorite directors of all times, because between him and Jordan Peele, they are actually doing the research, and they are actually doing the work to bring well thought out, well nuanced film to the screen. Oh, Identity Fits! You are now a level 15 of my fan club. Thank you, darling. I love, though, that his encounter with Remick is probably what truly finally broke him away from cult thinking, because he recognized the frailty of man's religion versus the strength of ancestry, of family, of the magic that you carry within oneself. Favorite one? Oh, I mean, Deadpool Wolverine. And yes, I know that's a giant jump from Sinners. Deadpool Wolverine has been the favorite thing I've watched streaming, because I'm a giant comic book nerd. Oh, thank you so much, darlings. I'm a giant comic book nerd. So I actually take note of a lot of things. I've read a lot of comic books. I ingest a lot of fandom. So watching Deadpool Wolverine gave me the chance to actually look at, yeah, the newest one with Hugh Jackman. Gave me a chance to actually look through all the characters. They brought back so much of the original casting from X-Men and really tied the universes together. And they got Cassandra Nova decently right, but I have some really, really, really big gripes over Cassandra Nova. Mostly that they made her a 30-year-old when she should be in her like 60s. Streaming on Disney Plus. If you get Hulu, Disney Plus is only $2.99 to tack on. So I usually end up getting like Hulu for like $6 and then tacking that on, so it's like $10 overall. No. If you weren't into the fandom, if you had not any knowledge of Deadpool, Wolverine, their relationship, or even how they just work as characters, yeah, you would have been absolutely confused, because what they were doing is they were merging multiple universes together to create one more homogenized universe. The way religious artifact had no effect on the vamps, but the mojo bag did. Oh, which, by the way, please, for the love of everything unholy, do not go out and start making yourself a mojo bag. If you are not a hoodoo practitioner, if you are not in that closed religion, do not go out and make yourself a mojo bag. That is going to invite the worst kind of luck. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much for the heart me's. I really do appreciate that. How's everybody doing tonight? Mm-hmm. And it's a closed practice for a reason. So let's pull from Ms. Whitney. So 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a little combative, a little bitey, but mostly it's in defense of yourself and others. And you we're going to have this moment. You ready to fight. And you ready to fight when you know you need to fight. So, it is no surprise when it comes up that it happens and that you're well prepared for it. What's surprising is other people don't seem to understand that you're ready to fight. And they always get surprised when they get smacked the crap out of. So keep it up, but also make sure that you're interjecting at least some amount of talking, of negotiation, of trying to de-escalate first. It's a little easy to be bitey and fighty. We know. But yeah, if somebody is not going to be reasonable, if somebody is not going to be yeah, that part, fair enough. If somebody's not going to be reasonable, somebody's not going to be open to negotiation, give them a quick smack and then ask them again, are you sure you don't want to talk this out first? So yeah. It doesn't feel like you're in like full fight mode right now, but they're going to test you tomorrow. They are absolutely going to test you tomorrow. So yeah, just be careful, my dear. Bruce, nobody was talking to you. I don't know why you coming in like a troll. Oh, no, I just got on playful. And don't worry, give me a second with Bruce. See, you're being rude, Bruce. You don't have any common courtesy or manners. I was in the middle of something, talking to somebody else. That's what you got ignored, like you were a small child who was trying to interrupt a phone conversation. So now, why you got a wild hair up your backside? Oh, apparently I got a flash goal. No. Unmute. I want to hear. I want this. So 1 rose each from multiple. One rose each from 15 different people. Oh no, I know you didn't. I know. My dear demon, I do love you. I do appreciate you. But please, please let them talk. I'm in a good mood today. Oh, no worries, no worries, darling. I ain't mad about it. Hey, Fee, how you doing? Come on back, Bruce. I mean, he wants to come in and act untoward, and right now I've got my heavy Southern voice on. I don't mean to, but every now and again, Southern comes out of me, so we're going to speak in Southern. He trying to pick a fight. I know he trying to pick a fight. I ain't worried about that. Oh, did he run away so quick? Did he run away so quick? Oh, go ahead and check see if Bruce's still around. If he's still around and he ain't saying nothing, go ahead and block him. If he ain't around, I guess he just went ahead and took on off. I'm sorry, I saw that. I was ready for it. Like, first we take care of the read, then we take care of. I do love that you're quick, though. I really do love that you're quick. But you could just tell that was a child that, well, I don't know if it was a child. I think it was an adult, but that was a child who needed attention. And I was kind of ready to give it, if you knew what I mean. I swear, some of these types, they come in acting like they ain't gonna get smacked past the Delta. Like, I'm sorry. What you coming in running your mouth at me for? Like, are you looking for a talking to? Hey Mary, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm sorry, somehow I accidentally got myself stuck in a southern accent. I might throw on the horns, do Amanita. Maybe. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I like the flavor of the tiramisu. I'm not a fan of the texture. I think I may have oversoaked the ladyfingers. So I got a little bit of basically my riff on tiramisu. We got some grapes. I should not have put them in the same thing, but I wasn't thinking. And then I also got a little bit of peach tea that is iced. Iced and slightly watered down because it's Arizona, so it's like a simple syrup, you know. Landlords are going to have a little nice trip tomorrow, so I've got the house to me for the weekend. Means I get to take care of the puppers. I might do some lives this weekend. Oh, thank you much. I might do a live this weekend. I will try and let people know. But yeah, I'm trying to get some content made so I can get it ready so I can just have that rolling out and give myself a little extra breathing room. Whew. Right. It's always nice. It's always fun. I just don't like wearing a whole lot of long clothing on the weekends, and I feel like doing a deep clean, like a witchy deep clean. So I'm deciding. Right. Ooh, nice. What did you make for dinner, Jewel? Hello, Samantha. By the way, hi, Demon. How you doing? Hey, okay. Yeah, no, that Sinners was a fantastic movie. And like I thought Deadpool Wolverine was gonna be like my movie of the year kind of thing, and then Sinners happened, and I'm like, we need to invest so much more money in black directors and film, because that was so well done. And again, I'm so fantastically happy that they did such a good representation of Irish, Native American, Black, and Chinese. Like every group was a marginalized group, and they did them well. Hey, Dottie, how you doing? Ooh, andouille sausage, Noor creamy pasta noodles, and andouille sausage. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I am planning on doing cooking live. I want to do a little kitchen magic this weekend. Hanging in there as best I can. Got on a few more verified places. I'm starting to feel them out. I'm trying to get batch content done for different styles of platform. That way I can just put it out, be there. Yeah, 14 roses, one person each, or 15 roses. We still got 8 minutes on that. 15 roses, one person each. Oh, this is just the kitchen. I just decided I wanted to get a little something to nosh on, and then I'll be walking back. But it was such a nice, lovely day out here. I figured a little extra light was good. Right. But yeah. Hey, Classic. Ah, nice. Wait, how many weeks has it been out? It's only been out like 2 weeks, right? Of course, I saw it back to back. I saw it on Monday, on Tuesday, and I still got to go through my notes, which I have like 7 pages worth of notes, and I'm trying to decide if I want to try and break it down into like a series, or try and do a a live stream just discussing it, because there's like so much to discuss. But yeah, just the significance of red and blue, that lovely yellow, like, I mean, coloring, foreshadowing, motifs, just oh, then I should hop on that sooner rather than later. Yeah, honestly, I could see this being made into a college course. Absolutely could see this being made into a college course, because that's how in-depth this movie is. And this is not only is this how to do cinema right, this is like how to do motif, this is how to do dialogue, this is how to represent people without falling into old, Hollywood trope. Are you being shifty? Temperance upside down. Oh, hell yeah. I love that. Oh, right. That part. It would be fantastic. It'd be wonderful. And honestly, it's at this point in time, it is really, really needed, because a lot of people don't have media literacy, and they don't understand when a movie is speaking to them, or when a movie is trying to send a message. So like between CRT, DEI, just representation in general. I was even looking for like maybe a little queer representation. But honestly, if they did it well enough, I might have even missed it, because back then you had to be so heavily coded. But I love the fact that there was like literally no shame around So that, and they all showed kinship towards each other, so much love. And you could tell when somebody had been turned by the way they talked, because their code switched. Right? It did not. And I think that's because they had actual people who were educated in those fields coming in to do consultation and help them actually make it meld. Sinners. Absolutely fantastically done. So Temperance in reverse. Sometimes a little excess is needed. Sometimes a little a little hedonism, a little excess, a little bit more fun than usual, I guess you could say. Temperance is fine, but temperance turns to teetotaling really fast. Because you're always, oh, I'm trying to balance instead I'm trying to moderate, to the point where you are like penny pinching every last little thing. And that doesn't always tend to work out well, because you're not giving yourself the time or the room to, how do I put this? You're not giving yourself the time or the room to really experience life. So every now and again, you kind of got to go against this. Because this, when it's upside down, it feels so much more like teetotaling to me, which is the over restriction of doing anything that would bring you joy or pleasure. So break out of that a little bit. Break past that a little bit. Give yourself the permission to enjoy things. Give yourself some permission to right? Give yourself a little permission to not have to, penny pinch or count calorie or whatever. Like, enjoy life. Usually if the universe is going, dude, a little moderation, it's because you're going a little too much over the top and it's having detrimental effect. But the same thing can be said when you teetotal, or when you cut off anything that brings you joy or brings pleasure, whether that is having a little tipple with friends, a nice dinner out, a little fun here and there. Woo, cheeks are hot. Seriously, y'all, my goodness. Cards aren't wrong though. But yeah, go out, have some fun, interact with your friends, socialize with some new people. You don't have to go home with nobody, but like really go out and actually enjoy yourself, and don't think, oh well, then I can't do anything else tomorrow. Like, nah, like go out, have fun, stop worrying about like being good the next day. Just be yourself the next day. So. Wow, Miss Perline's song is like on repeat in my head right now. So yeah. Hello. So in the next couple weeks, I am going to be working on doing some spell crafting, some spell work, with actual content on here. I am going to work my hardest to keep it to 3 minutes. I am a chatter. I know. I banter, which can turn into like a 10-minute long thing. But I'm going to try and do a 3-minute like spell crafting, jump cuts and whatnot. Not like, oh yeah, we can do this all in 3 minutes, but 3-minute spell crafting, informational stuff and whatnot. So I'd very much appreciate if it comes across your FYP. Let me know how you like it, and also let me know if you have any questions or if you would like me to add anything. So yeah, I would say talk to your boyfriend, Regina. Like, communication is key especially when it comes to couples. Communication is absolutely key. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Welcome one, welcome all. Come on in. Hello Lily. Communication, even more so than cards and pendulums and any other divination tool. Communication between you and your partner is absolutely the biggest thing. I have no idea if all things will go as planned, mostly because I don't have my pendulum on me. And yeah. There are a lot of things planned in this life currently, and right now we are seeing whether or not they're gonna play out. Which I mean, we had a Luigi, and now we had a Mario. I'm wondering if we're gonna get a Princess Peach, a Donkey Kong. Like, is this gonna turn to Smash Brothers? So yeah. Oh, I said it's most important that you talk to your significant other, your partner. That's what's gonna tell you a lot sooner than cards or pendulum. So communicate with your partner first, especially if you're having a particular issue. Yeah, Rodney. Mm-hmm. Things are always changing. Always. I am not loving the tiramisu. I'm trying desperately, but I'm not. It's a texture thing. It's really a texture thing, and I'm not in the mood for the texture. So let me wash off the grapes. I saw him walk out, and my gut instinct was, oh, fuck me. He looked and felt like the reincarnation of not the last pope we had, but the one right before him that looked like Senator Palpatine and was a part of Little Funny Mustache Man's youth. The fact that they keep passing over anybody of color, like they passed over a black cardinal who did amazing work in Africa. They passed over a Filipino cardinal this last time around. I'm just like, y'all keep passing over people who are doing actual good work and picking out the ones that look like they would throw you from the highest building using this move. Like, ew, what the fuck? That, and I'm sorry, but they old as fuck. Right? Yeah, it's annoying, and I'm not. Neither am I. I'm not Catholic either. No, it's the overall, like, I don't know. I'm not in the mood for this particular iteration, and honestly, I kind of like. I think I'm in more of a mood for like pound cake. I'm not really in the mood for the ladyfingers. Hey, hi Gregory. Hi Robbie. How you guys doing today? Me actually. No, actually, no. I got a banana. I got a banana. I got a banana. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get all of this in one go. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Yeah, they have a higher agenda, but that higher agenda is not one that will really serve the people. It's just going to serve greed. It's going to serve violent, wasteful men who want to cover over a whole host of sins. These are not good men, and they haven't been good men for a very long while, but I had at least a little hope. I had at least a little hope with the last guy, but he waffled more than a fucking IHOP. So, hey, Micah! There we go. We are moving with snacks. There we go. We are moving with snacks. I am definitely going to air out my room. I'm going to open up some full windows. We're going to do a lot of deep clean. I'm definitely going to air out my room. I'm going to open up some full windows. We're going to do a lot of deep clean and reorganization. I'm doing pretty good today. Feeling very they them. Feeling very, very they them. So if people can be extra mindful and avoid the super femme stuff, that would be amazing. And I would appreciate it. Okay, we're going to move things around just a touch. Okay, banana. And the cards. There we are. Really? Was it? I could have sworn that the last one took longer than this one did. But then again, I wasn't paying the most attention, so. Honestly, I thought that they just brought back the old, the one before. Just saying. I'm just saying. Right. It always takes a while because it's not like they're necessarily negotiating who's gonna represent the worst of their kind beforehand. I think they wait till somebody passes on, and then they go, okay, which one do you think can do the most damage this time around? Let's see. Okay. Let's get a little lo-fi going. Let's get a otter vibe. Otter's cozy vibes. Calm lo-fi for work and relaxation. I love it. Hello, darlings. No cell phone. What's the point? I don't know. Dude, the fact that his like parting gift to the world was donating the Pope Mobile to the watermelon people as an aid vehicle. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I'm not mad at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. But like, how bad is that gonna look if that vehicle is being then targeted? I'm just saying. Hello, darlings. How are we doing? Oh, I think I'm going to make the 1111 a permanent fixture. So if you gifty or donate or support with 1111 through the Blinks and Lio, it'll be 2 cards plus a pendulum read. because I want to start basically endurance training. So yeah. Hello, my darlings. Come on in. How are we doing? How's the volume on the music? I don't want it to be too loud for y'all. Yeah, I love lo-fi for like background music. It's just it gets you kind of in a good work mode. Let's see if he wants to play. Hmm. Can you give me a yes? Okay. Can you give me a yes? Okay. Can you give me a no? And give me a maybe. I'm holding my breath too much. Goodness. Can you give me a maybe? Okay. Right? I went through a little bit of trauma, and like, I swear to God, this is not trauma. I went through a little bit of trauma growing up where there was an earthquake. I think I was like home from school or something, or there wasn't school that day, something to that effect. And yeah, there was an earthquake, scared the living bejesus out of me. And then there was a secondary earthquake later on that night when I was at like a church function. I think it was around like October, so it was like a harvest festival kind of thing. But yeah, ever since then I could not be places where it was silent. It made me really, really, really uneasy to be anywhere that was like silent. So I always have to have something kind of playing in the background. Or I'll just start talking to myself, like making, stories and telling, storylines and whatnot, and anything to make a little bit of noise so I'm not quite so nervous. Hmm. Yeah. Ooh, 444. Yeah, I think I can arrange watching that. I'm trying to remember what service has it streaming. I think we can figure out something to that effect. Hmm. Speaking directly to the rosary, were you owned by a priest? I was right. Did the priest give up the faith? Ah. Was he Irish by chance? Okay, so not Irish. I love this. I'm sorry. I'm like a child with a toy. Mm. Mm. Let me look it up. Let's see, Amazon Prime for $3.79, not bad. Fandango at home, Google Play, YouTube, and Apple TV. Okay, that's not bad. That's fair. Ah, hello, Diana. How you doing? Partner's looking up a movie that we might watch in a couple of weeks just to hang out and chill and whatnot. I mean, so I am currently renting a room versus a whole house. Yeah, there's like my witchcrafty stuff. Flipping it back around. And then, yup. Okay, yeah, no. Everything that should be covered is covered. We're good. I've got some really good trinkets. I was actually test running, doing some ASMR on a couple of different places. So I was testing out like different items and whatnot. So I did find quite a few. The pendulum is one. Oh, where did I put the? I've got bells. I've got dice. I've got pearls. I have like other jewelry bits and whatnot. So yeah, I've got some definite ASMR stuff set up. And oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is Friday, so we're gonna be doing, I think, at least one battle. I want to say it's at 6 o'clock, and maybe we can also do some ASMR as well. Hmm. Was the priest that owned you redheaded? No. Did he have black hair? Would he be what I would consider attractive? I should not know this shit. I shouldn't. So if it swings side to side, I'm sorry, can you give me a no? So if it swings side to side, that's a no. Can you give me a yes? So if it swings back and forth, basically away and then back to me, that's a yes. If it goes side to side across the palm, that's a no. And if it like does a circle, it's kind of like, maybe. Sometimes they'll also give me a little bit of context. Hmm. Will Diana's knee pain go away? Yeah, but it's gonna be with treatment and like actually a little bit like therapy. So make sure you're making those efforts. Soybean, how you doing, darling? Oh, you're welcome. Merci. Yo. You're welcome, V. I do my best. mm. Mm. You're welcome, dear. Ooh, both needs the same time. Ooh, I'm sorry. Will Kirk cook a good dinner plate? Maybe, but you better tell them what you want. Don't make them guess. Don't make them guess. Is the BD worth fighting for? This is saying no. Like, could be a bit of a struggle. But you gotta make the final decisions on these. But yeah, it may not feel like it's gonna be worth it in the long run. Will Meg have enough money in Florida? Maybe aiming towards yes. There's still a lot of moving parts, so it can't be like a for sure, for sure. Hey, how you doing, Texas Mercy? Ooh, bone to bone with no cushion. Oh my goodness. Ouch. If you tried is the boyfriend cheating? Bluntly, you probably already have some evidence. So, if you already got evidence, yeah. it's been a day. That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. Has the husband remained faithful to Whitney? Yes. And will they stay married? That's a maybe, because that depends on how much you work, communicate, counseling, get the effective coping mechanisms. So yeah. Will Adam get the passport for his trip in July? Or I'm sorry, their trip in July. Yeah, looks pretty good. Hey, how you doing, Caitlin? Is the soybean gonna find another pea to put in the pod? Definitely leaning that way. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Oh, thank you for the support. Ooh, I do not step into legal matters. There are too many working cogs and wheels, and you never know when the other side's going to try something dirty. So I try not to touch legal matters and pregnancy are like the two big ones for me. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Will they be in a romantic relationship within the next 2 years? Yeah, there's a good chance at a romantic partnership. Still got to put yourself out there. Still got to make the necessaries. Hello, hello. How you doing? Ooh. Will they be able to make a grand journey like to Ireland? There's a lot of maybes. Yeah, you're gonna have to definitely work towards it, but like, it's not gonna be easy to save up, especially with everything that is currently going on, if you know what I mean. Should Caitlin continue to kickbox? Yeah, definitely continue with the kickboxing. Ooh, jury duty. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for the support. I do love it. And I appreciate it. I truly do. Mm. Is there a person cheating? This sassy bitch went what person? If you're talking about pregnancy, it will not want to answer that. And family can often be chosen. I love dual streaming. It's like the ADHD of everything. You're if you have a person, they might not be as dedicated in that particular matter, or may not view it quite the same as you do, so you're going to want to communicate calmly with them. Should they start smaller with their travels around the states first? Yes. So yeah, traveling within state easier. Going over the sea could be a little bit more epic. A, costs a lot more, but also B, they got a lot of border issues going on right now. A lot of places are kind of deciding whether or not they want to let us in because they're worried about everything going on over here. Hello, hello. Is Mike the one for them? No, man, yeah. In other words, might not be the for the ever for or like for the forever ever, but like not necessarily a bad time. Just might not be a forever time. So yeah, start with the states, see how that goes, then travel outwards. Yeah, no, those reads are way too dicey because you're trying to circumvent a lot of moving parts. Oh, thank you, Diana. I appreciate those. Okay, no worries, darling. Come on back when you got us. Oh, are they meant to go overseas at some point? Yes. Yes. Going overseas, yes. So it might be more of like a work thing rather than a strictly vacation thing. Will they have a good time in Puerto Rico? Ooh, no. Check the company that you're taking with you. The company you keep may be what is going to make it a less than fun time. Or put a damper on fun, as it were. Mm hmm. Hello, darlings. That part, and like I hate to be the gloomy person, but yeah, like with literally with everything that's going on right now, especially if you're a person who has melanin in their skin, and even if you don't, they're stopping a lot of people on re-entry. and giving them a really, really hard time. And a lot of places they have suspended due process. So yeah, be careful. Make sure you let somebody know where you're going, when you're coming, all that stuff. And like, definitely give everybody a time frame. So if you miss any of those time frames, they know to get on the horn. Well, seeing as it's one of my jobs, soybean, I should definitely know. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And also, I know this might get me in a little bit of trouble. I'll say it right now. Don't let them move you to a secondary location. You be as American as motherfucking possible. Like, and that does not mean just bowing down. That means like literally, excuse me. I know my rights. I know like if you can sound like you're from fucking Wisconsin, it really fucks with them. But yeah, like make sure you've got all of your verifications, all of the checks and balances and whatnot. Delete anything from your phone that does not need to be on your phone, and do not have face scan or finger scan as your unlock, because they cannot compel you to unlock your phone unless it is fingerprint or face scan kind of thing. So yeah, make sure that shit is turned the fuck off. Hello, hello. Do we have any more questions for our lovely pendulum? Mm-hmm. And whether you are an American citizen or a green card holder, like, make sure you know your constitutional rights, make sure you know your state's rights. If you have to, bring like a pocket constitution with you. Do everything you gotta. Give me just a second as I'm pouring some tea. Will it be an overall good weekend for the collective? Yeah. Actually, oh wow, that's a big yeah. Big yes, it's going to be a very good weekend for our collective. Is the relationship over for Regina? Yes and no. Like, one of you is more towards the yes side, one of you is a little bit more towards the no side. Again, you got to communicate, because this can only tell you so much, and it's all yes and no, so it's a game of 20 questions, as it were. Mm-hmm. Why, thank you so much. Usually I'd have a little bit more of like a posh accent on, which would be my in a battery persona, but I'm feeling very they them today. So, and I can't remember where I put my Leica ears, and I need to tighten up my horns and whatnot. Yeah, I'm just like, I got the fangs, and I'm feeling the fangs. I always feel the fangs, but I'm just feeling so incredibly they them today. I'm like, I don't want to put on makeup. I'm like, I want to be pretty, but mostly pretty terrifying. mm, There are days you're like, look, I just want to exist. I don't want to have to think about gender or what that might mean to somebody else. I just want to exist. Hello, hello. How you doing, Ashley? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We got the pendulum out. We're doing some fun yes and no's. If you feel like supporting, subscribing, throwing a little, something, something, I do very much appreciate that. If you wish to join the team, that would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, come on in, check out the vibe, see if you like it. Will Ashley go on a date with Tim? Yeah. Y'all apparently are pussyfooting around that. But yeah. Right. That part, Whitney, that part, you're like, honestly, I think we all kind of, oh, thank you so much for the shell energy. I think a lot of us have that. It's like, today I just don't want a woman today. I just don't want a woman today. I don't want a femme today. I just want to put my hair up and be in comfortable clothing and then, whatever. Right. Is the 17-year-old testing Whitney's ever-loving last nerve? Yep. They are testing your ever-loving last nerve. Will they make it to tomorrow? Maybe. I love this thing. I love this thing so friggin' much. I love this thing so friggin' much. Oh my god. He's like, maybe. I'm like, you got jokes. You got jokes. Right, right. Every now and again, you just need a day where you don't throw on a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I don't even, like, I put on a touch of perfume because I like smelling nice, got, washed up and everything, but I'm just like, I just don't, I got a bra on and I hate it. But the idea of putting on a corset, I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Oh, I remember being a teenager. And like even I recognize I'm like, yeah, no, there was definitely some times where I tested the absolute last nerve and that was my fault rather than my parents' fault. Just saying, just saying. My parents were horrible people, but there were definitely a couple of days where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I was the problem. I was definitely the problem here. I was definitely the problem here. Hello, hello, my darling collective. How are you doing? How are we sitting, vibing? We got a little lo-fi going on. We're just hanging out. We're kind of gender neutral today. So come on in, put it all down, and just decompress. Hello. Hey, Tammy. How you doing? Hmm. Why, thank you, darling. I if you go to my Lio, I believe I have like a little shop link there that is like a TikTok shop, and I think I have Shadowscape and Steampunk. If you are just starting out, I would highly suggest the Steampunk deck. They're very chill, they're very relaxed. It's a wonderful little book. They've got good explanation to everything, and I like that book. I really like that book, and I really like that deck. It was probably one of the most gentle ones that I've had. Um, some come with like really small books, like my Mucha and my Klimt came with like super small books, which give you like just real quick read kind of stuff. So if you're looking for like I just need short sentences so I don't get bogged down, go with something like Mucha or Klimt or like the Territorial deck. that's been trending on Clock app. That one has the actual, like a lot of actual information on the card itself. So it makes it a little bit easier to memorize. Is the boyfriend thinking about them romantically? It's not moving at all. Like, you saw the chain is moving, the pendulum itself is not moving. That's not usually a great sign. I'm sorry. Right, definitely need all the help we can get. Is their boyfriend thinking about them romantically? Yeah, it's not moving. Unless I'm breathing heavy, it's not moving. Is their boyfriend thinking of them romantically? That is the tiniest of yeses. Yeah. So either you're not truthful about the relationship, or they don't exist, or they do not think of you in that way. So, oh, best friend. Fine. Is the best friend thinking of them in a romantic fashion? Yeah, this thing is not moving at all. So something is super off. Something is super off. Don't worry, guys. Go ahead and just block that one. We don't even need to have a discussion. Thank you, darlings. Yeah, we've just moved a little bit. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Boo. Hey, Boo. Did I miss you coming in? My goodness. Hello. Hello, Nish. Hello, Ebony. Hey, Young. So, do we have other questions? Oh, please don't sneeze. Okay, there we go. Better than I thought it was going to be. Honey and lemon. A bit of mint near your nose to help open up the nasal passages and whatnot. Compression across your sinuses. Other than that, I pretty much leave everything up to you. But yeah, like all of those things, you poor thing. Will they see Matt this weekend? Nah. It's a no to maybe. Feels like somebody didn't plan their whole weekend very well. Oh, goodness, pardon. Oh, goodness. Sorry, darlings. Will Chris keep their composure with the managers? No. I mean, it feels like you're going to more or less remain professional per se, but composure is going to be thin. That or the information that they are giving, either one or both parties, doesn't feel the same about what is being represented, or what is being represented is it false flag information. I don't handle legal. I told you I don't handle legal. Was it a good idea that they went to see Heidi? Yes, but it's a little yes. There's a bit of conflict in there. Should Meg set up a dating profile? Yeah. Is Regina creating a self-fulfilling prophecy? Yes. You've asked multiple times. I have given you multiple answers. You're starting to build a self-fulfilling prophecy, so that could backfire horrifically, by the way. Right? Gotta put yourself out there, you know? Oh my goodness. Ah, damn you, botanical sexism. Is soybean a self-fulfilling prophecy? Maybe. You can ask yes and no questions, and I'll give you the answers for the most part. I just don't do anything like legal action kind of stuff, or pregnancy stuff. But yes, you can also get cards. Those blinks are in Lio. It's only 5 per card. And if you do 11-11, I do a 2-card draw and a pendulum answer to go with. Self-fulfilling prophecy is not always a bad thing, but sometimes we create self-fulfilling prophecies and get in our own way. So take it with a grain of salt, my dear. Hello, hello. I am loving this otter. Is it Otter Cozy Cafe vibes? I'm here for it. Hello, darlings. Welcome. Come on in. We're having some fun with the pendulum, and I've also got the cards out. So, y'all. Ooh, actually, I think we're about to come up on our second community card read. So, yay. So, I mean, don't make me ask the pendulum those questions. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I've seen it twice. Truly, it is so good. It is so good. I took 7 pages worth of notes the second time I saw it. I absolutely adore it. It's what film is meant to be. Soybean. Respect the answer. Will they purchase a vehicle and move soon? Doesn't necessarily look like it. Something outside your purview. Something outside of your ability to control per se. I think that's why I kind of think that's why they did that. They left it at a good place where if they continue the story, there's a place to start from, cuz where they stopped it wasn't even modern day. So I really do hope that there is a story that that follows Stack and Mary, or gives us more about Sammy. But yeah, like I think they did that for a reason, because if they tied everything up into a neat little bow and gave us all the exposition of, oh, and everybody lived happily ever after, there's really no place to go from there. And I think there's still so much more that can be said about their situation, a lot more lore that can be developed around vampires, and a lot more that can be developed around like uh, relationships between, you know, passing, not passing, love, relationships, so much other stuff. So yeah, I think it's still something that can have a lot more leg room to run, and I don't think they wanted to tie those up. Mm. Hey Haj, how you doing? I am pansexual, polyamorous, and gender fluid. So, community pull. It is the star. Oh, I think it's going to do fantastic. I've seen it twice. I think almost everybody here has seen it at least twice if they've seen it or they plan on seeing it. I think a lot of people have actually gone and seen it like multiple times. So I think it's going to do really good numbers. Thank you. I just literally were just facing the opposite direction, but yeah, I moved us around a little bit. This feels like a rising star. Kind of a singularity of purpose, a singularity of mindset, like taking your place where you belong. And just because you're a star, I mean, there's a lot of other stars around you, but like their shine doesn't dull your shine. So elevating yourself doesn't mean that you have to pull others down from the heavens. You can elevate yourself, and others can help you elevate without tearing other stars out of their place. And your place and somebody else's place are not necessarily the same thing. You can be in the same industry and occupy like different niches, different cities, different towns, and whatnot. You don't want just one comedian. You want, like a dozen comedians, because everybody's got a little bit of a different taste. So if you feel like you're rising, if you feel like you're going up, you don't have to necessarily take anybody else out of the heavens in order to have a place. Just focus on your rise and get where you got to go. Just narrow that focus to the business that pays you, which is basically your own. So yeah, you don't need to bring anybody else down. Just work on you. Just work on you. You got it. Hello, darlings. Welcome on in. Yeah, today I'm feeling very they them. Thanks. I'm not going to be putting on the corset. Like, the idea of a corset right now offends me. Nor am I going to be putting on makeup. I'm feeling incredibly neutral today. Fair. I mean, put a profile pic up there and, figure out what name you want. Why, thank you, darling. I do appreciate that. I think I am scheduled for a battle tomorrow. I think at about 6 o'clock. And, if I go live on the weekends, I will probably go live at about 6 o'clock. Oop. It's only 5 per card. If you do 11-11 through here, if you do 11-11, you get 2 cards and a pendulum. But if you just want to go straight cards, you can get between 1 and 10 card read. So go from there. 10 card read is very in depth. It's known as the Celtic Cross. You get a lot of information. That should tide you well and long. But if you're just like looking for a gentle intro, I would definitely go with the 11-11. Hello, Young. Okay, Aaliyah. Will Aaliyah and the baby's father get back together later in life? No. Will they be able to remain friends? There's a better chance of you being amicable or friendly, but like getting back together romantically, less than a good idea. Hello, hello. How are you doing, Young? How is everybody today? Hopefully well. Should Destiny invite JJ in? No. Hello, hello, Simply. I don't answer pregnancy questions, Haj. Mostly because there are too many moving wheels, and like being a mom is a very broad term. You can be a mother by choice, biologically. You can be a mother through adoption. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Honestly, I'm not upset. I'm letting everybody know. So I don't do like legal and pregnancy. There are a lot of moving parts in that, and especially with something like pregnancy, you can be a mom, but like give birth and then have your child quickly fade. And that can be so incredibly traumatic. So I would never want to build your hopes up only to have it crash like that. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Right. Stepmom, foster, surrogate, all different kinds of stuff. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, there are certain things that I'm like, I'm never gonna bullshit somebody on that because I know how much pain that bullshit somebody on that because I know how much pain that can create. And sometimes that pain isn't just for the person who is the parent. Like when it comes to adoption, a lot of adoptees go through a shit ton of trauma because their adoptive parent is using them as a fix it for, infertility type issues or other types of parent based trauma. And then heaven forbid that parent gets pregnant shortly afterwards. The child tends to also suffer from the backlash of, well, I now have a biological child. I don't need you. You were just there to fix the problem in the moment. Now that I have a biological, all the attention goes to the biological, and a lot of the positive bias goes towards the biological child, and then the adopted child suffers yet again for that, and often is neglected or not treated in the same way. So yeah, it can be a very, very complicated issue. So this is a boyfriend that they are with right now, somebody who's going to last long term. Yeah, does look like this can be a very long term relationship. I love it when people say the one. It's like the divorce rate, and there's like literally no shame in divorce, by the way. The divorce rate is roughly 50%, and a lot of times it's because people recognize that they grow. Sometimes their tastes change, what their needs are change, and it's not that they hate it, or at least it's not always that they hate the other person. They just recognize that they are not good for each other in a relationship. I think people should be able to get divorced very, very easily, and I think there always needs to be counseling available for next to no cost when it comes to things like marriage, because you're changing a whole lot of your life, which can, in some regards, be a little bit traumatic, especially if you are the female partner. Mm. Oh, I'm sorry you were the glass child, soybean. Did they put you next to the knives, forks, and spoons, or were you next to the plates? But no, I was the eldest, and I did not. I was the eldest. I was the adopted, as was my sibling, and yeah. Looking back, oh yeah, it was fucked up. The amount of trauma. Oh, you were left. Oh my god, you poor thing. Hugs. Poor baby. Damn, are my nails? I swear, is my nails look so GD long. Actually, no, it's not the nails that just look long. My hand actually looks proportional. I have such tiny, tiny mittens when I don't have nails. Yes, they were adopted as well, and I was favored for my intelligence, but I was expected to be grown at about 8 years old. And my sibling was favored for their athletic prowess, and so a lot of the care, a lot of the promises that were made to me, if I worked really hard, if I got good grades, that kind of stuff, fell by the wayside when he needed new athletic gear. So yeah, he bore the brunt of a lot of brutality, but I bore the brunt of a lot of neglect. So yeah, it wasn't a fun thing at all. Mm. No, I had no real information. I like literally everything I know about my biological parents could fit in less than a paragraph, and I was never given the opportunity or the information to like go and find them. So that, and my name was apparently changed a couple of times. So trying to find any of that information would be incredibly difficult to do. And if it wasn't for the fact that 23andMe is just so hinky on what they do with the information, I probably would have taken a hereditary test by now. Hello, hello. I'm definitely hanging in there. If anybody needs cards, actually, I'm going to shuffle those for a bit. If anybody needs cards, we've got Blinks and Lyle. Feel free to have that. I mean, it'd be great if I could find like the right community and the right banter partners, because I do really, really well being able to banter with other people. Right now, I'm trying to break back out of my shell because I went a little bit recluse. But you know, I'm doing what I can. No, I like we were sort of close-ish growing up together, but not in a loving way. It was much more like survival. Like we had to be kind of there for each other because we were just trying to fucking survive our parents. And then as they got older, they were out of the house a lot for good reasons and not good reasons. And so there would be major like years where I wouldn't see them or even speak to them because you know they're out and about, they're doing their thing, and I hated the attention I got from the parents then because it was so much worse. But yeah, no, we were never like super close, but I guess they felt like kinship, family ties, and whatnot. Um, how do I put this gently? They felt kinship and family, I guess, but in that kind of toxic way where again you're clinging to somebody because you're drowning. I realized pretty quickly that I didn't form an attachment to my family like they did. So especially when I like needed them most, that's when they kept like abandoning me in the worst ways. So like this last time around, I just went, yeah, no, I'm done with the entire family. I literally have no love for any of you. I don't feel an attachment to any of you. And if your spouse speaks to me one more time, I'm gonna put their teeth down their throat. So if the parents pass, let me know. I'll do the paperwork. I'll take care of that kind of shit because I know you got other stuff to handle. But other than that, I don't care. I really don't care. You know, you're dealing with the parents now. I dealt with them when they were at the height of their abusiveness and you were gone. So I got to deal with a lot of that bullshit. And I have holes in my memory. Like massive holes in my memory, and I try not to access certain years, especially in my childhood, because of how bad those memories are. So it's like, yeah, it's a fucked up situation, and I've healed in a lot of ways. But yeah, like it was not fun. It was definitely not fun. The fact that I am this functional, and this is barely functional, I will tell you this right now. The fact that I am this functional and this self-aware is it's wild. It's a testament to a many a thing, but it is wild. Oh no. No, they did not respect my boundaries at any point in time. So much so that I had to take some of the larger items that had been gifted to me and like full ass return them, drop off keys, drop off cell phone, you know, all that kind of stuff. Drop it all off and then literally walk away, get in a friend's car and took off and refused to have anything any interaction with them. Mm. Yeah, no. Like, and I can't even tell you like which parent was worse because one was more physical, one was more psychological. One was, brutality incarnate, and the other enabled, and then also became um, more physical over time. So yeah, and it's like it sucks being gaslit because there were a few times that I gave chances um when I had kind of pulled away from the family, as it were, and like, come on, we just, mom just wants to talk and just like have a meal with you and whatnot. He won't be there. He won't be there. Okay, fine, fine. Well, come out in public because I need a way to escape. I'm not sitting there in the house. I need a way to escape. And they're like, okay, come out in public because I need a way to escape. I'm not sitting there in the house. I need a way to escape. And they're like, okay, cool, 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 cool. And I'd show up and within 15 minutes, well, if you just didn't make him so mad, dinner's over. No. So yeah, about the teeth. What would you like to know? This could go some interesting places. Mm. My adoptive mother didn't think that she could uh live, like literally live, survive, fend for herself without my father. She did not know how to, and she taught me those codependent skills, which is what I'm still fighting right now. Um but yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, Maka. Oh, you mean my fangs. So I am a denture wearer, and I mold my own fangs with friendly plastic, aka thermoplastic, and I figured out how to make basically a bridge to make them far more stable. When I was just doing independent caps and I'd glue them on, I'd have to worry about a tongue flick or a tongue thrust, accidentally, prying it forward, making it loose, and then making it a hazard. So I figured out how to make a bridge between the two, and that way it makes it much more solid. They hold in place a lot better, and the tongue thrust doesn't knock them out of alignment. I mean, I can technically sleep with my upper plate in. But yeah, no, I wear the fangs usually during live streams, and I wear the overall denture probably about 4 or 5 days out of the week. But every now and again, I'll leave the plate off to give the roof of my mouth time to actually recover and recuperate from all the adhesive and whatnot. Oh, thank you. I actually studied the anatomy of teeth from different animals so that I could get a more natural look to the teeth. So yeah. most most animals don't have a tooth that would drop down significantly and just like stay in alignment. There's always a little bit of a spread, a little bit of a curve, and that's actually to stabilize the teeth. So when you look at canines, they're much broader at the top than they are at the point. And so a lot of like the mass marketed fangs, they don't look quite right because they're supposed to fit over the tooth, but they don't narrow and they don't spread at the top. So they don't look quite right. And with what I've done, I actually studied like canine, feline, snake, and shark, because those are like really nice predator teeth. And yeah, just I work a little bit and try the shapings, and I try different styles, different types to see what works best for me. And they also make me much more aware of where my lip placement is and my tongue placement is. So it makes it a lot easier for me to actually speak with my fangs in rather than having them out. Mm, thank you. Honestly, not that I need another hobby, but I would love to like work with like dentists or dental assistants or something, like designing fangs and other fun uh, implements that people could wear and have fun with. Because I think it'd be great for both people who have their natural teeth and people who have dentures to be able to have a little bit more fun with decoration and whatnot. But I also know that like you have to be careful, especially with real teeth, as to what kind of adhesion or what kind of clip that you have, and you don't want to end up damaging like the enamel or creating wear points. But yeah, right. I absolutely adore friendly plastic. It's a lot of fun. Just be really careful if you're like hot fitting it to your real teeth, because it has a little bit of a shrink to it. So if you're fitting it to your real teeth and you're doing it hot, like hot, A, you're gonna feel it. But B, when it shrinks just a little bit, it can like basically shrink wrap itself onto your teeth, and that can be a little bit of a panic for some people. Hmm. Oh, I think that'd be great. It would be wonderful if I could figure out how to make like a silicone mold so that you could actually, get like have I guess an alginate of your tooth structure, but then have like almost like pre-made little molds so that you could actually, get your friendly plastic into that mold shape and then just press the alginate in so that you could shape the upper portion but already have like the fangs like pre-made. That way they are consistent each and every time. That'd be cool. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd honestly be a lot of fun. Then, oh my god, we have got to work on better ways to take an alginate mold. I love the dental assistants I had, but some of the dental assistants that I had were not very savvy on mold sizing when it came to taking a mold for the mouth, and they kept giving me these big, huge plates, and I have got a tiny mouth apparently. Big mouth in a lot of ways, but like short. I'm just like, you gotta get the smaller mold. Get the smaller mold. They're like, but you're a full size person. I'm like, I get that I'm a full size person, but I have my mouth is very short, and that soft palate is so sensitive. Like I have next to no gag reflex unless you hit me in the soft palate, and then I'm just gagging up a storm. So yeah. Hey Carly. I think I'm gonna do some spell work this weekend. So probably gonna do a little bit protective. I might actually also do an attraction spell. Um and I'm probably gonna start actually posting up some spell work content. I'm gonna try and limit my spell work content to 3 minutes per video. That way you're not like there all day. Hey Vanessa, how you doing? How is everyone? Today is Thursday. I'll be on again tomorrow, Friday, from about 4 to 7, yet again. And then this weekend, if I'm on, it'll probably be from about 6 p.m. PST onwards. So, yeah. Feel free to come by. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just trying to get everything in order, figure everything out. And make sure that I am doing all the things. How you doing tonight? Hello, Kelly. Ah, welcome back, Soybean. And if anybody feels ever like getting cards read, links in Lio. And if you ever feel like supporting directly, links in Lio. I do appreciate that. I do have my Mayhem Marketplace open, so you can actually get artwork. You can get commissions. I am working on my on language and description for some of the spell works that I'm going to put up, and some of the commissions that I'm going to have open. So if you need spell work done, there's a good possibility of that. Just get in contact with me. We can talk details. There are certain things I won't do, certain things I will do. I try to let people know up front so that we are in agreement. No, I don't do love spells. No, I don't do unalive spells. And no, I don't do things about like legality or pregnancy, because those have a lot of repercussions. I don't necessarily do baneful magics, but I will do things like cord cuttings, protections, that kind of stuff. I think I'm just going to be on my verified site tonight, maybe doing a little schwinky ASMR. But other than that, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of content creation this evening and tomorrow, and see if I can get a little bit ahead of the curve. What's everybody else up to? Can we go in, please? I'm not gonna. Hello, hello. There we go. Gotta love the shadowscape. Hello, welcome. How do you do? You're already in bed. How dare you? Oh man, the bed rot has been all too real for the last couple of days. Just the bed has been just the right temperature, just warm enough, just cool enough. Very, very comfortable, and it's just like, oh, sleeping. Sleeping sounds good. I know I still got to get up. I got to get things done, but oh, damn it! When your bed is just the right temperature, it's so hard to just get out of it. How you doing, April? I'm doing pretty good. What you been up to? Hopefully something fun. And I will be back on again tomorrow, so feel free to come on by. Okay. Sorry, that's gotta sit in my hand and warm up just a touch. So I got some Pardon, just clearing out a few things. Bunch of stuff. Why do I got like a million? Half of them were silent. My goodness. Yeah, absolutely, dear. So yes, if you are a words. If you are a subscriber, make sure that you are getting your monthly card pull. Explain what I'm going to be doing. Apropos of what? I just need a little more context. No problem. So we have a subscriber, and each subscriber gets one free card pull per month. And basically, when I'm on live, they can come in, ask for the card pull, and I pull one card pull for them, and then go ahead and read it. I'm an intuitive in my particular type of clairvoyancy. Oh, King of Swords. And the King of Swords of this deck is kind of a little bit of tends to be a bit of an emo boy. So Swords is about communication. It's also a wind suit. Feels like there's like almost like gentle change. Almost like a change of domains. And there definitely needs to be some communication between you and the universe about this. He's a quiet talker. He doesn't tend to be loud. He's not like brash, even though like the page can be rather brash, the knight can be rather brash. King of Swords tends to be kind of a little bit more quiet spoken. Almost reminds me of like Hades. So a little bit more quiet. His words still hold a lot of weight, but he's a lot more quiet, a lot more gentle, a little bit stoic at times. But he's like, there needs to be change, and there needs to kind of be a communication of what's to come. So be receptive to a masculine figure who's trying to give you a bit of a heads up of what's going on, what's going to be changing, especially in your world, in your day-to-day. Because it's not like bad news or anything like that, but just there are little shifts that you're going to notice, little rearrangements, and it feels like you've been doing a lot to change. It feels like you've been doing a lot to change in your personal life, a lot of different routines, different ways that you've been going about things, and they're trying to adjust your reality to suit you better. And they just don't want you to freak out when you see things shift a little bit. They're like, hey, we're moving everything 2 inches to the left. Don't freak out. You're going to notice a little bit more of this, but a little bit less of that. So be open to somebody kind of giving you a little heads up, especially like dreams or just things that like spoken things that seem serendipitous. or even mildly non sequitur. So just things that seem almost coincidental. I'm sorry, I should be using easier to understand words. Things that almost seem coincidental, but that resonate really well. So yeah, perk up those ears because they're trying they're trying to get a hold of you, and it's not about your warranty. I'm sorry, Franny, who are you? Yeah, yeah. If you need a reading, blinks are in Lyle, $5 per card, and you can get between like 1 and 10 cards, depending on how much information you really want. So yeah, Franny, go ahead and hit up those blinks in Lyle, and then you can get read. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it's like radio, but it just seems like, just feels like slightly masculine voice is just going to be telling you, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that." Da, 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 da. Like they're gonna come to you, but it's not going to be like a physical person, but the universe is gonna let you know. Franny, absolutely not. Not after the way you have just acted. No. You have been wildly inconsiderate and demanding. Absolutely not. Oh, thank you, Playful. Yeah. I'm just like, I should have pulled the ripcord sooner. Should have pulled the ripcord sooner. Don't ever do that to spiritualists, to tarot card readers, diviners of any variety. Don't do that to anybody, actually. Don't do that to anybody. That is like wildly rude on a lot of different levels. But yeah, like to demand like that, part of what we do as spiritualists, as diviners, as tarot card readers, as witches, and so forth, is a lot of our own personal energy and expertise. So, like, to be demanding of it is so incredibly uncouth at bare minimum. Oh, don't worry, don't. I'm letting anybody who might have that compulsion to come in and demand of, because yeah, that person was being incredibly demanding in such a bluntly rude way with no common courtesies at all. So I was just like, no, no, and then demanding something free. No, no, no. That was so childish. I don't like minors. Soybean, I know that you're kidding. I know that you're kidding. But read the room, not appropriate. Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I. Because one of my other jobs, one of my other professions that I am moving more and more into is the world of DOMME, of the BD with the SM, educationally and otherwise. And I am the dominant sort. So I do not take kindly to aggression. It tends to activate parts of my brain that go, no. It's not even brat mode. I literally just go into very dominant mode, and it's like, you are an errant child, and we are not going to be rewarding those particular actions in any way. So I don't understand people who don't have like just basic common courtesy and manners. It just doesn't make sense to me. Hello, hello. Thank you, soybean. I know you were trying to be funny. I know you're trying to be funny. It's just a matter of timing and reading rooms. So you're fine. Trust me, I hold nothing about it, but gentle correction up front. That way we don't have to do a harsher one on the backside, as it were. Hey, Katie Pie, how you doing? Welcome in. Oh, and the top 7 gifters each night. I just started doing this. Top 7 gifters each night will get a shout out in either like a story or a post a little bit later on in the night. In either like a story or a post a little bit later on in the night, basically thanking them for their support. So, yay! Because I figured, honestly, yeah, let's be more interactive and let's definitely thank the people who are supporting me, because I really do appreciate the support I have been getting. I'm hanging in there pretty well. Ooh, glitchy. I am sitting right next to the broadcast expander. Also, yeah, no, I got full bars. I got full bars. Anybody else? Any of my other subscribers need their fair. Any other subscribers need their cards read? Remember, you get a free card pull each month. So have at. Ooh, kimchi fried rice. Oh, quesadilla. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want a quesadilla. Okay. See, there's a please. We love a good please. It's kind of waffling. It's kind of teetering. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, Mexican mozzarella soup. I appreciate that. Oh, yes. I do love them. They are quite lovely and wonderfully sharp. Keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is working. You've definitely been taking advice well. You're decently self-aware, so even you will recognize when you're like, okay, maybe I went a little too overboard. Maybe I should do a little bit more. Maybe I should do a little bit less. Sometimes it's hard to suppress when you want to be extra, and I mean that in a good way. Hey, how you doing, B? But yeah, the 10 of Pentacles is an earth suit. It's grounding. It's making things grow to fruition, culminating in the outcome that you were looking for. It's like you've been really good at keeping yourself on track, on pace. A couple bumps here and there, but I mean, if you didn't have a couple bumps here and there, then it wouldn't be life. But you've been really good at keeping things going, nurturing them, fostering them, making them grow, and you're starting to see some of your hard work really take root and really grow, and real, like, people are noticing the work that you're putting in, noticing the time, the care, the expertise, and you're seeing fruition to that. So whether that is them asking for commissions or giving accolades or asking where they can You know, get more of what you're doing. You're really starting to see that come in. And this is not a right now card. This is a in the near future. So you're headed there in good fashion. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep being self-aware. Keep, moderating, pacing, doing what you got to do, and keeping yourself accountable because you're doing a fantastic job. You really, really are. So, yay. I love it. I swear, you and soybean and B, the ravioli cans of the world. I did have to laugh because that that loose rolling ravioli can. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. I feel that at my core. Oh, you're doing good. You're on the right track. You're definitely on the right track. So. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I love it though. I love it. Right. That was such a metaphor heavy day, but yet, those metaphors so fit. Those metaphors fit beautifully. So, mhm, mhm. I mean, don't you feel that same way too? Like you're like, well, damn, just I'm empty. I'm done. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. I'm going to take a very quick bio break. I'll let you all sit here with some lovely. No, I'm feeling so they, them today. Like the idea of putting on the corset just. No! I wanted to. Feeling super they, them. I'm hoping that tomorrow will be a little bit more of a femme day. But yeah, just today was just I did not. Like, I got washed, I got cleaned, I ran errands, but I did not. I did not want that on. Just, ugh. Very day them. Very day them. So hopefully tomorrow it'll change up a little bit, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to let you all listen to a little bit of lo-fi as I go take a very quick bio break and also grab a little bit more tea. So I'll see you back in just a bit. Make sure you get up, make sure you stretch, get hydrated, have maybe a little something to eat. Hello, darlings. I am back. I would love if I could figure out like a style that would suit me when I'm feeling much more like gender neutral, non-binary ish. But like part of it is I have a lot. I'm a natural F. So trying to flatten them back doesn't work, and trying to like hide them doesn't work. So yeah, anything that I do just tends to squish them upwards, which makes them much more prominent. And that's like part of the reason I'm wearing what I am wearing currently, is because it does neutralize a lot of the curvature. You can't see it unless I'm like to the side, but like head on, it neutralizes a lot of the curvature. And so my brain just goes, yeah, we're okay with that. They're there, but you know, they're not there. So yeah. Mm. And here's the funny thing. Like when I'm in hyperfem mode, I want them to be bigger. When I'm in hyperfem mode, I absolutely adore them being, elevated and lovely and there. I'm like, I love them. They've been with me my whole life. Oh my god, they're fantastic. But yeah, like when I'm having like a gender neutral day, I'm like, you're there. And if I can flatten them back or cover them up a little bit, I'm like, I'm doing okay. But if I make them more prominent, or I make the my shape more hourglass, my brain starts twitching, and it just goes, oh fuck, I hate this. I hate this. It's no, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. like really, but come on, we like being hyper feminine. It's like, no. The expectations of what I'm supposed to be when I am femme is just too much today. So yeah, it's like I woke up, I'm like, yeah, no. Like part of what I do is like, okay, what do I feel about wearing, XYZ today? And if my immediate reaction is, oh fuck that, then I know, oh, we're probably having a bit more of a neutral day. And I go, well, maybe I should just put on a little, maybe I should just put on a little makeup. And if my brain goes, no, I will just no, put a pencil in my eye. No, okay, okay. So yeah, it's like every day I kind of have to go, how do I feel about presenting in the ways that I would be expected to if I was presenting femme? And that'll kind of tell me where my gender lies for that moment, or at least for that day. Honestly, I should probably work on at least like an underbust corset, like a waist cinch, because those help my back. The corsets absolutely help my back. I just know sometimes like I don't want them elevated. I want the support, but I don't want the elevation. Yeah, I should honestly work on more waist cinchers and kind of go from there. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? We got about 40 more minutes together. Let's sit. Let's have some fun. We can vibe. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna aim to do a bit more ASMR. Tomorrow we will aim to do a little bit more ASMR, and I've got some really great items. So we've got our lovely pearls. I was able actually to find a brass bell, so we can incorporate a little bit of spirituality to go as well. Ooh, nice. Oh, we love a good freebie day, especially when you have to do jury duty. Shit, yeah. And then, ooh, I also found, so, beautiful, lovely Art Deco lipstick case. And I found my dice. tomorrow night we're probably going to do more ASMR, which means I'm going to be talking nice, slow, having gentle conversation and, helping everybody decompress for a long, wonderful weekend. Hello, hello. Oh, goodness. I will ask details after everything has been solidified. I won't ask details before. Don't want to jinx it for this apparently lovely person who is hopefully going to get awarded what is due to them. Oh yeah, and I've been looking through a couple other things. I'm probably going to be test running some ASMR tonight on the verified sites. Those warning, certain noises coming forward. If you have a sensitivity to the sound of leather on leather, I'm basically giving you time to run away now, because I know that some people this can be a triggering sound. For others of us, it's a sound that makes our brain tingle. So I am letting you decide whether you want to hear leather on leather. So I have this lovely lead, this handle, I should say, and beyond that lovely little metal clinking sound, I have found that I can actually make the leather pop. And for some people, that just sends their brain skittering and makes them want to leave a room very fast. But for some of us, that is a good thing. So, yeah, I've been trying out different sounds and different materials. And I'm also going to probably go through some of my antique items as well to see if they work well with my nails. Some of the stuff that I like, I can hear it in the room with me, but the microphone, this particular little microphone, doesn't pick it up because it doesn't. I guess it doesn't hit the right frequency, or doesn't make as much sound as I think it does. So yeah, there is a certain like range of decibels that I have to be within for this mic to pick it up. So yeah, picks up the leather well, picks up like the pearls and the beadings really well, picks up certain types of brass and whatnot. I think it also picks up on like the pince nez case, because that actually reverberates a little bit. So I'll be testing out a few more things, but yeah, I will also be doing ASMR on verified places using things that you would find in the trade. Mm-hmm. I love the like the scratch sounds, and I mean that's part of the reason I have these nails so sharp is because I like running my nails over objects that can actually pick up on the reverberation or the scratching, almost like listening to an old phonograph or an old record player. Let me see if I can move everything around just a little bit. I tried to be mindful because I know that certain sounds, especially, can really set people off, especially if they're misophonic. Misophonia, fun little thing. Misophonia causes an anger, a rage, or even an upheaval within your system. It's a sound that triggers parts of your brain that uh, correlate with things like anger, severe discomfort, or can even trigger a psychosomatic, a physical symptom to what you're feeling. So it can trigger panic attacks, it can trigger anxiety attacks, usually over prolonged periods. But it could also like trigger the need to like, ugh. So I always try and give some warning of certain sounds that I'm going to make or certain things that might happen, so that if a person has a bit of misophonia, they can either turn the volume way down or they can like leave. That's why when I say like loud sound or bright light, it's not just me being funny quirky, it's to let people who have sensory issues know that something is about to happen, and if they need to protect themselves, they can. Mhm. Yeah. 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 So you can tell me how well you can hear this. Yeah, and the whole reason I stopped using those lovely soft yellow lights is because they gave like, I don't see a flicker. They're not flickering here, but the speed and pace at which filming happens on this app causes it to look like it's flickering, and because it's also in the yellow spectrum, it has a greater possibility of triggering certain types of epilepsy. So it's like yellow plus flicker equals possible epileptic fit. Okay, no, okay, we're not going to do that because I don't need somebody having a bad reaction to that. I love the soft yellow lighting, but yeah, like the flickering is a yeah, no go, no go. So I might try setting up like my rope light for different colors and whatnot. But yeah, I was like, I can't use my icicle lights. They look fine here, but yeah, it's about that speed of filming causes it to have a flicker effect. I'm like, yeah, no. Yes, for some people it's really uncomfortable to look at. And I was like, it's weird because they're not flickering when I'm looking at them, but like, yeah, the whatever the filming is picking up on looks like it. I'm like, that would be a problem for too many groups of people for me to like, no, it's fine. I'm like, mm-hmm. Because I think most cameras, what is it? Most cameras function at between 24 and 30 frames per second. But you need something like 60 frames per second to have smoothness. So technically, what you are seeing is 24 to 30 shots or pictures per second. And that looks, basically, your brain interprets that as continual motion. You need 60 frames per second in order to deal with things like light and certain kinds of sound. If not, they come out little staccato or a little bit stuttered because again, it's number of pictures per minute, and so yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your brain is this wild, weird, and wonderful thing, but yeah, what your brain will interpret and sometimes what your eyes interpret are two slightly different things, and they can be detrimental. If you can tell me how well you can hear this, that helps me. No, I'm not just assuming. always feel free to, or I appreciate it both ways. I think we could do change triggers either at like goals, or if these goals are met, I will make sure to turn off the subscription goal for tomorrow when we do the ASMR, just in case. But yeah, I could do it so if we hit particular um, gifty goals, we can change up the type, the style. We can do tapping, of course, we can do scratching. Um, I will try and have maybe some sort of a menu posted up on my page so that people have a little idea of what's going on. We can do everything from like spoken word, where I sit and talk just very nice and quietly, or we can do the scratching and whatnot, and maybe we can do it in like 5-minute intervals. That way, we're getting a decent variety, but also people are able to like zone for about 5 minutes and then change up just a little bit, because every now and again I do have to change. I am lucky that these are now at about the right sharpness level to do this. I love how sharp they were, but they were so sharp that they weren't quite hitting the right ASMR tones and whatnot, so I did go in and just gently blunt them just a touch. Ooh, yeah, I could definitely do an AO3 reading night over on my verified site. So if you are a loyal fan, you'll know where to go, and I can arrange to do a reading night for my AO3 fix. I have I have chaptered 2 different stories, and then I have a couple of one-offs, and they are definitely of a nature. So yeah, I could not read them over here because I like to go into details. Just make sure you tip up front, because by the time you fall asleep, you'll be like, I meant to tip. Yeah, well, next time put it down up front. That way you can just doze off with no what is it? With no regret. But yeah, I can absolutely do a reading night. Should probably go back and read some of my work over again just so I can be a little bit more fluid with it. But yeah, I'm following certain rhythmic principles, I guess you would call it, for the ASMR, especially with the scratching. There are certain rhythms and certain patterns that tend to create not just the tingles, but help to calm the body down and bring the rhythm down, because your body wants to almost mimic the sound that is going on. And a lot of times, like especially that deep rhythmic rhythmic scratching that you heard, the sounds are oft related to what you would hear in utero, that gentle heartbeat, that rhythmic body function is what you'd be surrounded by in utero, and often like children and even adults. Uh, if you lay your head on somebody's chest, or you're able to just notice their breathing over time, it becomes rhythmic, it becomes cyclical, and your body will actually try and adjust itself to match those rhythms in a very similar fashion, and it'll calm you down, it'll slow you down. That's why certain sounds will cause things like panic or anxiety, because they are anxious sounds, they are arrhythmic or agitated. So like if I were to move that scratching faster and faster, for certain people, they interpret that as agitation and will become more agitated. When you slow it down, when you make it deep and soft and rhythmic, that tends to, again, adjust people's overall body rhythms downwards rather than upwards. So, yeah. I like certain ASMR videos, but yeah, like I love watching mukbangs. I don't like the ones where it sounds like the microphone is in their mouth and there's a lot of sound to go with it. It agitates me. It agitates me badly. Anything that sounds like the microphone is like inside somebody's, mouth. Because it's just there's too much sound, and it's an uncomfortable sound. It's a very uncomfortable sound. Same thing with like the nail videos. I love certain nail videos. Oh, hey Lume, how you doing, darling? I like certain nail type sounds, but there are ones where people are like their hand is practically around the microphone, and it makes all that extra kerfuffle. I fucking hate those. Like I will lose my damn mind with some of those. Again, I know that I am sound sensitive. There's a reason I don't tend to be around children too often. They make a lot of sounds that my brain interprets as an attack. And my eyes want to get twitchy, and I get very, very, very stressed out. So yeah, yeah. And again, this is why I try and like warn people about certain things that are going to be happening. That way, if it's one of their triggers, they can either turn it way down or they can wander away so that they're not nearly as irritated. Oh, thank you. Very dragon claws, very, very succubus, very tiefling. It's very, very, very D&D villain, some variety. I don't know where I would have gotten that from. How's everybody doing? We've got about 17 minutes left. Oh no, we're having a little bit of peach iced tea, Arizona. I'm trying to cut back on the high caffeine coffee. I don't usually have like big reactions to coffee, but I noticed when I started drinking a little bit less of the high caffeinated coffee, I started getting headaches and other body adjustments, and I finally kind of figured out, oh, I'm having caffeine withdrawals. So I'm trying to take a big step back from caffeine because I've been consuming apparently too much of it. Hi, Miss Tyler. How you doing, darling? Hmm. What's the new safe food? Always feels like I'm throwing gang signs on. Always feels like I'm throwing gang signs on. Hello, how you doing, my dear? Ooh, oh, that sounds like a good combination. Very specific veggie chips from the Dollar Tree and chicken salad from Aldi. I love the Pasadena salad from Trader Joe's. I could do without the almonds, but like those crispy noodles, the chicken is well seasoned, the the lettuce is perfect, and then that ginger sesame sauce. Although they need those packages seem like they are shrinking when it comes to the dressing. I need like twice the amount of dressing that they give you. It's like, can I get just the dressing itself? Can you just provide just I need like twice as much of that dressing. None of the almonds. We'll be good to go on this. I'm just telling you. Ooh, no, I don't worry. I'm not gonna change. Well, I mean, I'm gonna change, but hopefully, I'm changing in ways that are like self-aware and that I choose to do rather than being influenced by others per se. That part, that part, that part. I think I'm I think I'm coming up on the end of my ramen as a safe food. It probably won't be like forever, but like I'm needing to find new safe foods. I'm like, ramen is good, but but I need something else. And I don't think I'm back on the rice cake kick because I love my tteokbokki. I love rice cakes and whatnot, but right now I'm like, not quite doing it for me. Yes, absolutely. I've got my cards here. If you go up to the Blinks and Lio, it's only 5 per card, and you can get between 1 and 10 cards, so feel free to have that. And come on back, and we will get you read. Right? I love the fact that I can circle back around. Like when I'm just not in the mood, I'm just not in the mood. But I'm not like never gonna come back to that food. Pardon. Your favorite movies and TV are on YouTube. Enjoy the latest. Like, I haven't had a quesadilla in forever. Suddenly I'm like jonesing for a quesadilla. Mm, mm. There's actually a reason for that. There's actually a reason for like not necessarily ramen, but ramyun. That's actually a Korean pronunciation. So ramen is more Japanese, and there's slight differences in those noodles. But ramyun is the more Korean pronunciation for that. And yeah, I didn't know that because I'm just like, am I losing my mind? Are people mispronouncing things? And it's like, oh no, I actually looked at some of the packaging, and the packaging has it spelled ramyun, and different noodles and different sauces will change what things are called. So, but yeah, the ones who are like Raymond is a person, and I swear to God. hmm I'm like, I'm thinking quesadilla. I might want to throw some like veg in it, so maybe a little bit of squash or maybe some caramelized onion. Caramelized onion. Gubernatorial tacos. Oh, those sound good. I know I just horribly mispronounced that particular word. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Miss Tyler. Here, let me go ahead and reset these. I've got some fun little, like, gifties. Would you like me to pull a card for you, Miss Tyler? I could partially lost me. I used to garden, like not so long ago. Yes, I used to garden. I garden occasionally, but I took a big step back because I realized that I had a very high tolerance, and it can be a bit of a costly thing. But much more importantly, I realized I was not dealing. It can be a bit of a costly thing, but much more importantly, I realized I was not dealing with certain things in my own personal life in constructive ways. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back until I can form a healthy coping mechanism because I am leaning on this in a way that is not healthy for me. So, but I literally judge nobody because it can be fantastically helpful in a number of different ways when it comes to being able to help with depression, with anxiety. Some people use it for being able to eat or just being able to like literally let their body decompress and relax, pain management, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I have zero judgment on anybody who does. I just had to take a step back, but I do keep some of those chill vibes, and I also do understand how ASMR can be even more fun when you've had a little kale. We love a good garden party. Honestly, we do. Trust me, I know. I still give gardener vibes, and I'm not mad at that. I'm so not mad at that. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. We've got a few more minutes together. I'm gonna head off at about 7 o'clock. I will be on my verified site at 8 o'clock, and I will be doing some ASMR over there. I did not see the glass noodle message. I swear this app censors you so much. I'm so sorry about that, Robbie. I have no idea. Because I have a very short list of like filtered words. So for the very fact that this every live censors the living daylights out of you. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Tomorrow night we will be doing ASMR, so feel free to come on by. And I will be testing out ASMR for the loyalist of my fans. If you need to know where that is, I'd highly suggest you check out Throne. It has the keys to the kingdom. And yeah, you can find me over there, and we'll be having some fun and some fun discussions as well. Ooh, I love glass noodles. So glass noodles are very, you'll find them quite often in pho. So the noodle texture is very fine, very, very slippery. Um, Usually has a decent little amount of chew, but they're very tender. They pair well with a good bone broth, and they are absolutely fantastic um, when paired with, like, vegetables, meat. Um, they're like, vermicelli is a little bit different than glass noodles, but glass noodles are fantastic, and pho is like the number one. Yes. Especially like a chicken pho, or like a good beef pho. Also, yeah, it pairs pretty decently with fish, but I'm partial to like the chicken pho when it comes to it. Love glass noodles. Also, they're like really good in like pastellas and some of the more like spring roll type items. Um, Very Vietnamese. Very, very good in Vietnamese food. Oh, I will be on at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so roughly an hour from now over there. I will have it on followers only, not subscribers. Subscribers is like the next tier up. Followers only. And if you do want to subscribe, just shoot me a little message. I actually do have um, a subscription, what do you call it? A subscription sale going on right now that's 50% off. That way you can come in, look around, see if you like the vibe, see if that's your thing or not. Yes, I will be doing more content over there, and I'm still feeling myself out, finding what my niche is. But also, if anybody ever needs custom content made, uh, feel free to speak to me in the appropriate places, and I'll let you know if those are in my wheelhouse or not, with very low judgment. So I think the rice noodles are more the vermicelli. Glass noodles tend to be from uh, pea starch, mung bean starch, um, like the lentil and legume starches. They don't tend. I think there are some soy types, but most are from like pea, mung bean. Oh, there's one more big one. I suddenly can't think of it. But not. Yeah, they don't tend to use grain. They tend to use lentils and legumes. So if you have a gluten issue, glass noodles are a really good workaround for that. Um, I'm trying to think of, like, usually if you go through, oh, sweet potato or yam is another type of glass noodle that is out there. Yeah, they are not done with grain. So quite a few of them, I believe, are gluten free, and most of them will tell you whether or not they are processed in the same facility as wheat or soy. Oh, so these are my tarot cards, but if you are asking about this, this is a pendulum. So a pendulum is an item that usually hangs more or less straight up and down and will move back and forth or side to side or in a circle to indicate yes, no, and maybes. MJ, just ask. Ask them. Don't rely on the divination tool for it. Ask the person. Communicate with the person that you want to go with you. That way you get the answer directly. Oh yeah. Yeah, there are definitely different ways to make your own. You can use crystal points. You can use practically any object that hangs. Yes, you can use, a necklace, but it's always good to have a little bit of an extension. That way it actually hangs and sways. A regular necklace isn't necessarily going to give you the point that you want or need, so it won't read quite as easily for you. That's why, funny enough, yes, this is a rosary. But yeah, funny enough, that's why many pendulums are actually suspended from a string or chain down to like a crystal point or a stone point. That way you've got a singular line of where energy can travel from. And that's actually why I wrap it around my hand, is so that the chain, this part, isn't actually imparting extra energy. It's just this part is able to move and sway. That's why it's always best to ask a person. Yeah, you can get plenty of answers from pendulums, absolutely. But I never want to dissuade somebody from speaking directly to a person, especially when they fancy them. Talk to the person. Always talk to the person, because no matter what this says, it's going to come down to how you approach them and whether or not they actually do want to do something. So yeah, talk to a person. That's a much better way to get to know them and see if they are game to show up, as it were. Hello, how you doing, Miriam? I giggled at it just a little. Okay, it is 7 o'clock, actually slightly after. I'm going to go ahead and head off. I will be back tomorrow. We will do ASMR, and we'll also be battling tomorrow as well. Uh, I will try and put small, achievable goals, and every time we reach the goal, we will change out um, to a different style of ASMR. So we can do spoken word, we can do the scratching. I'll have a number of different items on the table, and of course I will still always have my tarot cards. I'll just be keeping my voice at approximately this volume even during readings. So yeah, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.